Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Monday the 13th of November comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index. Dollar has bounced a little bit this morning, but we are just seeing still we're hitting some resistance here on the medium term chart. So at the moment the dollar is still bearish short term. So no real clear signs yet that we're turning around. We do have an upside target here of about 0.8%, but we really need to get back above the cloud to be convincing on that. Euro is struggling a little bit this morning, but is still bullish short term above the cloud, finding support here on the medium term chart. And if we look at the Japanese yen, we see dollar is falling here as well. Sterling is actually falling quite sharply this morning, down from about 132 on Friday to 130.79 now. So we are seeing sterling coming off, crossing through the cloud on the medium term chart. So sterling is actually looking more bearish than the dollar. And if we look at sterling against the euro, that bearishness is showing up there as well. Against the Swiss franc, sterling also looking bearish, and against the Australian dollar just holding the 171 level. US stock market, the S&P 500 was down slightly on Friday, but still bullish above the cloud on all three time frames. We do have a short-term target of 26.13. We're sitting at 25.82 at the moment, so that's the next stop for the S&P. The Nasdaq also holding its own on Friday. Did come back a little bit, but is holding its ground there, so still looking bullish in all three time frames. The Dow is actually just starting to look a little bit more bearish on the short term, and the Russell 2000 index is looking bearish and has done now for about a week. So we are just seeing across the broader market a bit of a sell-off. The US market is not such a broad-based run at the moment. The S&P future is down slightly at the moment, and the Nasdaq E-mini is down very, very slightly as well. So no clear indication as to which way the market will open today in the US. Looking at the FTSE 100, up this morning, but still looking bearish in the short-term chart. And the FTSE 250, same picture there as well. The Nikkei had quite a sharp fall overnight, down 1.3%, but still holding its bullish position. Hang Seng is also looking bullish above the cloud on all three time frames, and Shanghai, the local market, is also looking quite good as well. Indian market just coming off quite a bit. We're seeing the Sensex just crossing now below the cloud on the short-term chart. We do have a downside target of about 3%, so the Indian market looking a little bit weaker than it has been, and the Australian market holding on. Brent crude sitting at 63.18. We are just seeing it coming back below the cloud on the short-term chart, so we are just seeing crude going into a short-term downtrend, but the medium and long-term trends are looking very strong indeed. WTI, much the same picture, of course. If we look at US nat gas, holding the 315 level, but again coming under pressure to wander through that cloud as well. Copper, we're seeing, is still bearish in the short term, but the medium and long term looks bullish. Gold is sitting at 12.78, sharp fall there on Friday. Recovery a little bit this morning, but we are bearish in the short-term chart, and silver also bearish on that short-term chart with downside targets of about 1% and 2% respectively. So we do see some downward pressure on the short term for precious metals. US Treasury yields on the 10-year yield, we're seeing 2.37%, so that's holding its own. Apple still bullish in all three time frames on the chart. Google also still bullish. Amazon bullish, and Facebook holding its bullish position above the cloud as well, and Microsoft also. So whilst tech has had a little bit of a sell-off, the majors are still holding bullish above the cloud on all three time frames. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.